The sponsor of the bill, Senator Babangida Hussaini, had in his lead debate noted that Nigeria is presently facing a rise in drug abuse, which has reached an unprecedented level, transforming from a mere transit route in the 1990s into a country filled with drug abusers and drug traffickers all over its land space.
Nigeria is currently facing a rise in drug abuse, which has reached an unprecedented level, while a population of 30 to 35 million Nigerians spends approximately $15,000 and $30,000 annually on psychotropic drugs and alcoholic beverages, respectively. The Senate is also to note that according to a report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and the European Union on Drug Use in Nigeria, about 14.3 million Nigerians between the ages of 15 and 64 are drug abusers.
Several lawmakers who contributed during the debate expressed worries over the use of mood-altering or psychoactive performance-enhancing drugs, dependency drugs, as well as abuse of prescription drugs.
We should, in my view, urge the President to lead the challenge. The President of the Federal Republic has to be urged to declare an emergency on this and to lead the national response to it. In every country where this has happened, and we are not alone, the Americans dealt with the opioid crisis. Anywhere you have this issue, the executive must take the lead.
Unfortunately, the words of most of our elites are also affected. Fortunately, we have a leadership of NDLE that is very, very determined. This is the time to get the committee that this Senate has created to sit down with the leadership of the NDLE to know what they need in terms of resources, tools, or whatever, in order to face this war squarely.
Human capital is what is in the front burner, is what drives good economy, and we have an abundant population, youthful population, and we're allowing it to get destroyed through intake of illicit drugs. Is something that we need to all put our hands together to make sure we deal with it.
A lot has to be done by families if we have to bring this situation under control, and I think it's what Senator Dixon said, that we have reached a point of national emergency. We should convoke a national discourse on narcotics, and then at the end of it, we should come up to this chamber as legislators to formulate policies and possible legislations that can cope this situation and bring sanity to the society.
The Senate subsequently resolved to, among others, employ the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NAFDAC, Federal Ministry of Health, and other relevant government institutions to step up their efforts to curb the alarming consumption of Mkpuru-mmiri and Kukura, which were prevalent in the southern and northern parts of the country. The upper chamber also directed its Committee on NAFDAC, Drugs and Narcotics to liaise with relevant federal government agencies to convoke a national summit on the state of drugs and narcotics abuse in the country. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.